Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Zwift Community Live broadcast of the Core Sports Warrior Race. We're out on the Volcano Circuit for 4 laps now. Quick little introduction to a new partner that we have with broadcast here. They've been doing some awesome broadcasts for the Southern Hemisphere. They've got an amazing coaching organization, one of the largest in the world, spanning 35 countries worldwide, Koa Sports. They approached us here at ZCL. They've been doing these awesome broadcasts, and we've loving everything that they've been doing. And so this Warrior Race, we're doing like a pilot with them right now. It's going to be a great broadcast. You guys definitely want to check these out as we schedule more of them. A little bit of information quick on Koa Sports. It's a bespoke coaching and esports service spanning 35 countries worldwide, like I said. The coaches are full-time professionals with national accreditations and years of experience. Koa Sports is for endurance enthusiasts, competitive beast, or wild dreamer, they say. And you can join a tribe by being a warrior, jumping in these races with them out here out on Zwift. It's coresports.com.au is where you can find them online. The lead commentator you can be seeing today is Tim Ballantine. He's a coach, 2 times Kona, 5 times 70.3 champion, as well as Greg McDermott. He's a coach, 5 times Ironman, as well as Ride Around Oz. So with no further ado, we're going to jump right into them, throw it on over to them. They're going to be handling the rest of the commentary for today, and see me at the end to say goodbye to you all. Welcome to the broadcast, Tim and Greg, and you guys take it away.
Hey, Nath. Good to be with you, man. Really excited. We're probably 150 riders in the paddock. I'm Greg. This is Tim, obviously. So really pumped to be jumping into the Zwift Live community. Really pumped.
I think Nathan's pretty courageous, if you ask me, giving us the mic on his channel. But mate, we are happy to be here. We've been toiling in the background for a period of time, and we're stoked. But look, we've got a great little community going on the Warrior Race. We're inside 4 seconds to go to the jump, and yeah, we'll
here we go.
be
We
joining
are
action
away.
now.
So as always, Tim, big push off the front by a lot of the guys who join our races now every week. We got 4 laps on the Volcano this morning, and always a nice little lead-in. Lead-ins on Zwift don't really turn into lead-ins. They're
No.
12 watts a kilo off the start gates.
No, there's certainly no lead-in car, is there? So, yeah, we definitely don't want to miss the start. So we are, of course, coaches, which is what Nathan mentioned. We do have some pure esports athletes with us here at Koa Sports. But this really is a strong race for us in the US and Canada. Of course, where we are at the moment calling from, we're in Brisbane, Australia, and it is 9 a.m. in the morning. So people with real jobs, unlike us, Greg, they're at work.
This is a real job?
Is it?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. This is a real job. I thought you had to be paid.
Anyway, it's all good. All good.
Yeah. So anyway, and of course over in the US it's 6 p.m. on the East Coast. So really strong numbers. Nice big front pack here. So we'll try and walk people through if you're unfamiliar with what you're looking at, which most people are on Zwift Community Live. But we do like to bring some education to the broadcast, because after all, that's what we do. We try and teach. So, Greg, what can we see?
What can we see? Well, we're following Hansen there at the moment on the front of the group. So we're looking at his wattage there in the top left-hand corner of the screen at 500 watts. If you look across the right-hand side, I'll tell you what watts per kilo Hansen's pushing at the moment. Just a lazy 6.4 watts a kilo, and heart rate's starting to climb through 142 beats a minute. That's the second the top left-hand corner, and his RPM sitting at around 70 at the moment, which is his cadence. So this is a huge front pack, Tim. We see this every week in the Koa Sports Warrior Race, particularly on this Friday or Thursday night race in the US, where we get a huge front group, plenty of Tron bikes, and a stack of Zwift race experience within the group. So
we can
plenty of names there.
See some names that we know. We've got Glavac there, who always seems to show up right at the front. And, of course, Alessandro Sproul, one to watch out for. He has been taking names and numbers in this Koa Sports Warrior Series, the races. So look out for Sproul in the finish. One of the better sprinters, certainly on Zwift Power. Unbelievable numbers. And we'll go through a little bit of Zwift Power data we can obviously grab from that third-party application and go through, because I think it's important that you understand and try and I think it's really important that we try and humanize some of the avatars and bring them to life, so to speak.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
yeah, there's certainly everyone in this pack has a story.
Yeah.
And be interested to hear it. So if you do have any questions or any feedback, within reason.
Happy to hear it.
Don't make it too complicated. But you can jump across to our at Coa Sports 01 Facebook page. We've got that up in front of us. So if you do have any questions, the broadcast is also running on that as well.
Fire them through. A couple of things, iconic parts of this course. We just went past for the first time. Iconic parts of the course. That's the Coa Sports Rock that we've self-named. We've claimed that. And we're waiting for the approval to come back from Zwift HQ that we're going to have a Coa logo straight across that one. So big lead in here. Power-ups on this course come really into effect, Tim. There's 4 or 5 power-ups that the riders get as they come through, and they're about to take first power-up their second power-up. They've already got the first one. So as they come through the group, they'll grab their second power-up. We're just going back to probably the second group on the road here. We'll call this the B-grade group. Again, some familiar names in there. We've got Oliveira, McCabe in that group as well, Broon.
Rogan, not Jay Rogan, but B. Rogan.
Well, we don't know about if he's...
Can you imagine Joe Rogan on the training?
He'd have it.
Do you reckon
he'd have a smoke on the way through, or a scotch?
He'd definitely have a scotch, yeah.
Great podcast there, Joe Rogan, if you want to have a listen. Some really good content. So this is the second group. As you can see on the right-hand side there, Tim, we've got 119 riders in the field. So we're focusing in on about the middle of the pack here.
Yeah, 50th here.
Got Giuliano there from Canada as well as these riders come through.
So moving our way through here, coming through the tunnel. Of course, we're with Vivian here at the moment. Alex Side in there. Big shout out to Alex Side, a great supporter of us early days as well, and usually dons the Coa Sports jersey. So of course, if you do finish any of our Warrior races, there are 2 per week. You get obviously the hashtag jersey unlock, as they call it at Zwift, and you get to don the Coa Sports jersey, which we actually have in real life as well. It was funny, we used 2XU for all our gear, and all our athletes around the world love that standout, that watermelon red that stands out, and we offered funnily enough, this esports jersey, and it outsold our regular cycling jersey.
Yeah, even had a couple of people that we don't even coach at the moment, Tim, that want to buy the jersey. So it's clearly popular, and if you do want to unlock the jersey, finish the race this evening or this morning, wherever you are in the world, and you will be able to don the jersey in your next Zwift live event. So
we're big on completion. You know,
absolutely.
If you're going to start something,
you got to finish it.
You got to finish it. So unless
speaking of finishes, Tim, as the riders roll through here, we are running our last for 2019 and the end of our first season podcast. In about 4 hours' time, you'll be able to download that on... Where can we download it? iTunes and Spotify. So if you want to subscribe to our podcast, there's some amazing content in there around Training Peaks, Zwift, and all sorts of things. But we'll jump back to the action here. This is the first bit of action of the race now. Got some big numbers there. Alex Side pushing off the front. A few feather power-ups being used as they come through. Hansen still hanging in there. Scaffardi. This is where last night, Tim, in the commentary last night, this is where the race started to break up, and we saw that group of 3 go off the front and hold off the pack to take the chocolates.
You get that attrition, you sort of, typically you'll lose maybe 5 to 10% a lap off the back of this little pinch as you go around the circuit. You can see that now really starting to stretch out. That's a really good view Nathan's got there. Maybe a small break. Generally they come, but here's that second ramp here, 640 watts here by Carilli. Hansen in there too with the big disc wheel on the hammer. You can see those fluoro bikes, Harden and Zwift bikes, the Tron bikes. They'll come through here, settle down. They may all come back together if that back group can. Yeah, they're pretty well strung out. They may group back together, but yeah, that does put a little sting through the legs, as we can both attest to ourselves, because we do jump into the odd race from time to time, our own races.
And just following Hansen here, heart rate of 146. I'm going to stay, he's holding back a little bit there. So to be able to push 600 watts up a hill at a 147 heart rate, it's really good to see.
And have looking a massive heart.
A huge heart and a big man, obviously. So
there's that break. You see that break back there, if you can just see sort of far left of the screen there. So got a few riders there dropped off the back. So we have whittled a few down, but not to worry, because of course there is a second group. And yeah, we still have Hansen here off the front. Hansen is off the front there. So Bradford here just trying to get back on. That